What's going on, guys? My name is William Dauria, and when we're not talking about real estate investing, we are talking about personal finance, and it comes down to why battery electric EVs, or hydrogen fuel cell for that matter, can make all the difference in the world when it comes to your budget at the end of the month. So we'll start off with the Cybertruck base price first off. So the Cybertruck base price is going to start at $39,900, and it's going to come with one motor in the rear, and it's also going to come with two other variances as well. It's going to come with a dual motor at $49,900 and also a tri-motor at $69,900. Now, when directly comparing it to the Nikola Badger, the base price of the Badger starts at $60,000 for the one powertrain model is the rumor. And then for the two powertrain model, it's going to start at $80,000. Moving on to the range. So the Tesla, the one motor version is also known as the base model, is going to have a range of 250 miles all battery, because there's no hydrogen electric in the Tesla, no gas in the Tesla, 100% battery. So the base model is 250 miles or greater is what Tesla says. Also, the dual motor is going to be 300 miles or greater, not bad. Also, the tri-motor, the triple motor, that truck's going to have three motors, and they estimate 500 miles of battery range alone. That is incredible and absolutely groundbreaking. Okay, moving on to the Nikola Badger. So, the one powertrain variant, rumor is it's going to be the battery only for the powertrain, is going to be 300 miles. Now, when you get to the battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell combination, you're looking at 600 miles of range. But here's the thing, you don't burn the 600 all at once. Let me explain, it's a little bit weird. So it's split 300-300. Your first 300 miles is all electric. And if you go past that 300 that day, because generally you charge your car just like your cell phone every night, it's a full charge. So if you go past that 300, then you start burning into your hydrogen fuel. So technically, the only time you'll be really getting into the hydrogen is during road trips or extended driving days, and maybe you forgot to charge that night as well. But nevertheless, that truck will never leave you on the side of the road with 600 miles of range. Also, the tri-motor at 500 miles is a very good competitor as well. Now, what part of this is really cool? And all the guys' ears are about to perk up when I talk about the 0 to 60 and the speed on both of these models. So, the base model Tesla is going to run a 0 to 60 of at least 6.5 seconds or better. Also, the dual motor is going to run 4.5 seconds 0 to 60 or better. And then everybody wants to know, what is the fastest variant of this model run? And the fastest Cybertruck is the tri-motor. It will run a 0 to 60 of, get this, 2.9 seconds. That is just hard to say without smiling. Okay, so there's two different powertrains is the rumor for the Nikola Badger. The first powertrain, the 0 to 60 was a little fuzzy. So I'm gonna go with the single powertrain is gonna be undisclosed for now. But what is disclosed is the battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell combination, the 600 mile range version, has a 0 to 60 of, you ready for it? 2.9 seconds. But what they don't disclose in the Cybertruck is the horsepower figures and the torque. However, they do disclose it with the Nikola Badger. And the horsepower numbers, 906 horsepower and 980 foot-pounds of torque in the Nikola Badger. Okay, so you might be wondering, all right, if I pull the trigger on this one or this one, you still have to have a charging network or a refilling network in that case. So what do these companies have available at this moment and in the future once they're released to the general public? So here's what I got on Tesla's website. Check out their newest upcoming Supercharger Map currently right now. Here's the current Supercharger Map. As you see, all the red is the already done and ready to drive on today, charge your car, ready to rock. And all the light colored ones are the ones that are coming up soon. So expect those to be well built the time the Cybertruck actually rolls around. I will tell you this, I had a Model S performance model, P85D, 691 horsepower, and I took it to Florida and back from Texas, from Dallas, Texas, with zero problems at all. And that was the previous generation battery. The Model 3 battery was even better, and the Cybertruck battery we know is all going to be at least that or even better as well. So charging speed is not an issue. Take it from somebody that's talking from experience on that. Okay, and the hydrogen map. That's what everybody really wants to know, because we all have heard of the Tesla network. Have you ever heard of the hydrogen network? Me neither. However, I did pull up a map. Check out this map. Okay, so this is pulled directly from Nikola Badger's website. And what this shows is the proposed plans for all of the hydrogen stations throughout the US. Notice how it looks a lot like the Tesla supercharging network, and as long as you're staying in the beaten states, you should be able to drive anywhere in the US with no problems on the 300 miles of hydrogen power alone. Nikola Badger also has a proposed network expansion for their own hydrogen stations that they are going to fund. Just like the Tesla is funding their superchargers, Nikola Badger is funding hydrogen fuel stations as well. Also, because you cannot use the Tesla supercharging network for the Nikola Badger, how do you charge on the road? I'll tell you. It's something called Electrify America. Now, it's been out for a little while. It's just not very known because there's not a whole lot of EVs on the road. But in the next few years, Electrify America is going to be building out their charging stations. It's very similar to the supercharging network all throughout the United States and globally as well. So make sure you check out Electrify America's website to see all the new and upcoming charging stations. Volkswagen specifically is gearing into building electric EV cars, and they are going to specifically be running on Electrify America charging network. So expect it to be a very serious contender to the Tesla supercharging network. Those are interested in towing, the base model Tesla Cybertruck will do 7,500 pounds. The dual motor, 10,000 pounds. And the tri-motor is 14,000 pounds. Now, the Nikola Badger is unknown for now. However, expect those numbers probably to be pretty similar. And we have two more categories, and one is the cool features and the physical size of the truck. So, cool features of the Cybertruck, the ones that I at least think are cool, are autopilot on this model is standard and does come with the price. And the truck is bulletproof because we all need bulletproof vehicles every day. It also has air ride suspension, programmable on the in-dash system, and a built-in ramp for ATVs and motorcycles alike. And the cool features on the Nikola Badger that we know about so far is the one I think is pretty cool. It is a very wide truck. I think of a Hummer when I see the specs on this thing. It's pretty incredible, especially when you compare it to a Cybertruck, and the Cybertruck's already a big truck. So I like the fact that it's a really wide vehicle. That is a personal preference though. Another one is expected to have fully automated driving tech. Now, some people, this is kind of a given, but I do expect it to have autopilot, auto driving capabilities. I know they're not diving too deep into this, but fully expect that from Nikola Badger. I'm sure they're not going to leave it out on this vehicle. And for the craziest spec of the day, it comes with its own water fountain. So I read about this and I was like, wait a second, you fill up the water, I guess, before you leave, and then you drink when you're out on ATV. This is actually what it does, and I read this online, so take this with a grain of salt. So hydrogen emits water as emissions, and that water is recirculated in where you can actually drink it from the truck, if you so desire. I also heard that that same water also gets recycled back up into the windshield wiper fluids. That's a pretty cool feature. Moving on to the last segment is physical size of the trucks. And I'm going to read this because I don't have this memorized. Okay, so the length of the Cybertruck is 232 inches long compared to the Badger at 231 inches long. So 1 inch longer for the Cybertruck. And on the width, 82 inches wide for the Cybertruck versus 86 inches wide for the Badger. And for the height, 75 inches tall for the Cybertruck and 74 inches tall for the Badger. And guys, if you stuck with me this long, thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, we make new content every single week about investing in real estate and personal finance. So let me know in the comments, do you like the Cybertruck better? Do you like the Nikola Badger better? Which one are you more pulled towards, for what reason? And if you comment, guys, and you want me to respond, I will respond to you. Hit the like if you liked the video, and thanks again for watching.